Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Matrix.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Peace. This is the Thinking Man's Templar, a place where we say one red pill life far outweighs a million blue pill lives, where the soldiers can come in from the war, remove their armor, drop their swords for a change, and have conversations with like-minded men. And indeed, I am at your service once again. I want to thank all of the new subscribers, all the wonderful comments, all the brothers who donated, all the young ladies who donated and jumped on the Patreon, and all the wonderful things you do for us content creators. It's so much more than what we expect, and I extend full gratitude to all of you for just being a part of it, and the words of encouragement, and letting us know that what we do means something to somebody. Today's video just struck up an inspiration, and I didn't plan on doing a video today, but I was watching the show that I like on the road and usually let it play in the background. And it's called The Travelers. It's about these people from the future who have their consciousness shot back into present day due to advanced technology, and they try to prevent certain things from happening to keep the world from destroying itself. So they kind of like, little events that would cause a catastrophe, they'll go in there and undercut it so that the chain reaction won't affect the future the way it is, like the world is destroyed. So they're trying to prevent that from happening. Not that this video is relating to that, even though it could be like what we're doing now in the Red Pill community with these videos. It's kind of like the Travelers, like we're using our wisdom and we're speaking words into existence that may affect the futures of men and women everywhere. Just the ideas may change a man's life. Change how he operates, change how he thinks, and make him a better person, a more enlightened man. And that kind of does make sense, Maybe us red pill men are the travelers from the future. We're from another part of understanding, and we come back to the present day and we try to save those who may make mistakes in the future that can ultimately destroy them. So, in a sense, that's where we are, right? But what I wanted to focus on is this one character named Marcy. And she plays like the doctor of the group. Like, she does all the surgeries, and if someone gets shot, she helps them heal, things like that. And the body they take is a person that was set to die anyway. So the girl she took was a mentally handicapped woman. And she took her body and she became, she was intelligent. And the guy that was her social worker, ultimately started to deal with her because she was such a sweet woman. Even though she was he was a social worker dealing with her when she was mentally, disabled. And then she became like a regular woman, just like that. And he tried to hide it from people, but eventually she was cleared and they got into relations. And she was cleared of, he first got in trouble because it was like, yo, you're a social worker, you're dealing with your client, that's illegal. But then she had to prove that she was intelligent, and, they let it go. So it's like season 3, and they already been like living together, and she's from the future, and the thing about her, it's something so attractive about this woman. Like, every time I watch it, and the guy's like a nice guy, he's kind of like a beta, but he's always like, man, every time you walk in the room, I just get like this feeling. Like, anytime he's in a situation or he's down, she's always like so supportive and just sweet. You know what I mean? And our Black Ram did a live stream yesterday, and he was talking about like what's really like sexy now, as a red pill man. What's like really attractive about a woman? And I said, sometimes it's just femininity is so attractive. So much more than just sexual overtones that women try to throw out there that kind of just turn you off now as a red pill man. And I would always look at this woman, and she would always be dressed in the show. And she always be like dressed nice, like, modest outfits, but pretty ass face, hair always sitting like, real ladylike. And there was a scene where the gentleman she was dealing with was speaking at a funeral of a friend. And, he was having trouble because she didn't show up due to a mission. She came late and sat in the back, while he was doing his eulogy. And his face lit up, and she sat down. She gave him a real graceful smile. And she was sitting there with her hair sitting so nice, like beautiful earrings, pearl earrings, a nice, outfit. And she looked so beautiful. And I thought to myself, like, that's what we were talking about in Black Ram's live stream. It's like certain things, and she sat with her legs crossed. She was sitting like a lady, like a feminine woman, and it was so attractive to me. Like, I just thought to myself, God, she is fucking beautiful. And it's only because how she carried herself. It wasn't about her being half naked or speaking in a sexual manner. She's always very, very graceful in her speech. She never curses. She's just very nice, like a nice woman. And, nowadays, as men, we're bombarded with these hypersexual creatures. I wouldn't even call them women. And all they want to do is show their naked ass or ass twerking. And it's so just disgusting when you become a red pill man. Like, you lose all of that energy to be attracted to the base carnal nature of yourself, that you're almost disgusted by it, right? You're disgusted by that carnal nature, and you suppress it to the point where you hate when women try to trigger that in you. And they almost look like buffoons, like a clown, you know? Like how you ever know, like when a clown is at a birthday or whatever, and he's trying to entertain the children with his stupid tricks, and the kids just look at him like he's the fool because they don't think it's funny, because it's just like, you know, who do you think we are? Like, you think because we're kids, we think you juggling is going to entertain us? Like, if kids are too old for it, you know? Like a small child, they'll laugh, yeah, but an older child is going to look at a clown like an idiot, you know? And that's how red pill men and mature men see women that are over sexualized. He looks at them like a clown, like you're juggling balls, and you're trying to dance and do magic tricks that are dumb, and we're just looking at you, and it's just like a turn off. Like, we just don't want you around us. You know, women that curse a lot, you know, women that, you know, are crass and masculine. It just makes you not want to be around them. It makes you not even sexually attracted to them in any way, you know? And it's funny story, I was talking to one of my friends, the guy that's dealing with the, you know, the bait and switch, the guy that dealt with the succubi that was tearing up his crib. He calls me yesterday and says, yo, I gotta tell you something. And he's on the road. No, he's back home, but for like a short time. And he's at a Wingstop. And he said this chick in there bagged me, right? And I'm like, okay, that's what's up. You know, I'm like, all right, whatever, you know. And he's like, she just kind of asked me for my number and shit. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. And he's like, yo, but, you know, she's already talking mad nasty shit already. Like, this chick is a freak. Like, I just got her number today, and she's already talking nasty shit. And he's like, yo, let me see some pics. I know you got some nasty shit, da-da-da. And, you know, and he said that she sent him some links. And the links were to Pornhub, and it's basically videos of her getting fucked by some dude. Right? And he's all hyped, like, yeah, I got this little, yeah, you know. And in my mind, I'm like, I wouldn't even fuck with her. I wouldn't even deal with a woman like that. I would block her number right there. And he's hyped, like, yeah, you know, I'm about to see what's up with that. And I'm just like, how she look? He's like, she ain't nothing, she ain't all that. And I'm just like, yo, if she ain't, either way, it's like, man, like a woman that's showing you her pornographic videos of her getting fucked that she uploaded to Pornhub for the world to see. And you're telling me, like, that's attractive? Like, you still want to pursue a dysfunctional fucking woman like that? That's fucking disgusting, right? And I go back to saying, like, how this woman from this show, you know, she's just so beautiful and pretty and just a naturally feminine acting woman. And the irony is, it's a white lady, a white girl. And it's not because she's white, man. You know, if it was a black chick that was acting like that, because on the show, which is ironic, the only black chick on the show, which is one of her in her team, is an attractive girl, but she's all masculine and you know, aggressive. You know, they make her to be like this. You know, she's the girl with she got all the guns and she's beating up dudes and all that crazy shit. You know, and it's like the girl is attractive, but it's like the way they make her, she's always wearing pants and like real, like, you know, leather jackets and shit like that. But she's pretty. You know what I'm saying? She's pretty as hell. But you just don't see her that way. You just see her like a dude. What, you know, like she acts like a dude. You know, anytime someone says something to her, she's always ready to fight, and, you know, especially if it's a guy. And the white girl on the show, she's just extra nurturing to dude she's with. You know, you know, he had a concussion from a fight, and he had, you know, had the symptoms. She's like a doctor, and he was just like, man, you know, going through it. And she, you know, she just took him like ever so gently. They were sitting on the couch. She came home, and she would come home in these like real modest, ladylike outfits. Like she'll never leave. They're like, she's like a federal agent. She's, so to speak. And they would go out and do a mission. She'd come back with a long dress on, not a short, tight ass, a long dress with a shirt with like a scarf. You know, because their real conscious is a way older woman. She's an older woman in a younger woman's body. So she dresses like an older, more mature woman from another time. You see what I mean? So she has that vibe. And she sits down on the couch. You know, she comes in, he's sitting on the couch, she sits down, she gives him like beautiful, like just happy to see you smile. And she just sits there, looks at him, and they're talking and telling him about how he got, you know, beat up and shit like that. Because he's a real beta, you know, super soft guy. But she don't care, you know, she just fucks with him, you know, because he was just so nice to her when she was disabled and just treated her so nice. Even though she, you know, she can be very like caught up in her work sometimes. That's the only issue. Like she'll be, you know, just doing missions and she can't be somewhere when he wants her. But that's it. She comes home and he tells her about the headaches from the concussion. She grabs his face. She gives him a kiss on his forehead. She asks him, "Is that better?" You know, and he says, "Yeah, it is." And she kisses him again, and the scene, they start kissing, and goes into a scene. I guess they had sex or whatever the case. But it's just every time she does that shit, I'm just like, man. And it goes into the Love Star Black Male video where it's not about sex all the time. Yes, as men we're sexual, but sometimes it's just about femininity. And you can go back to C Boogie's video. A lot of men will never, especially black men, don't know what it's like to be treated with femininity and tenderness. And we go through life like chasing sexual release because that's all most succubi offer. And as soon as you show them tenderness, or you show them your affectionate side or your masculine side that cares and protects for them, they start to get turned off. You understand? Because when you're dealing with women that are turned out or whorish, they don't want to see that side of you as a man. You know what I mean? They want you to operate on your base level. They want you to operate on your carnal level so that you can be her dick in a glass case, so to speak. And if you ever show her that it's more layers to you, she begins to get turned off, right? And most men have been, that's in the red pill, have been in a situation where you really started to like a girl, and the minute she sensed it, she started to push you away. Because now you were more than just a dick. And that's what a lot of black women see black men as. You're just a dick, man. You're just a walking, talking sexual tool. You know, among other things that she uses you for. But the minute you try to show that there's more to you, she gets turned off. And that's why a lot of brothers, when you were good to a woman, she always seems to deal with this dirty, dusty dude that's way lesser than you. You know what I mean? Because he's just, he can fit the role of being just a penis. And she's good with that. And he'll be like a bum with mad kids, just a real loser type dude. But he's good enough for her because she doesn't care about his character. All she wanted is his sexual prowess. That's it. And once you step above that or go beyond that, women lose interest in you. Succubi lose interest in you. Not real women, but succubi. Whores. Right? And this woman from this show, she just triggered something in me to make this video because I wanted to explain and further explain what Black Brand was talking about, because a lot of dudes didn't quite catch it. Like, it's that's what makes that woman beautiful from that show. And you don't see that on TV a lot. You don't see real feminine, graceful women anymore. You know what I mean? Every woman on TV is going out her way to show how tough she is and how she could beat up men and how she's Atomic Blonde and whatever that other movie, Peppermint, and that stupid ass movie with Gabrielle Union, and they wanted to show that they can do all the shit men can do and better, and they can physically beat up men, and they can do all the shit we can do and fight and play sports, and you know, and it's a joke, really. It's really stupid, because the more women follow this, the less women are going to be truly attractive to men, real men. You know, that don't want a masculine woman. That don't want a woman who acts tough and loud and argumentative and just, you know, hard. Like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. And when these women that dress modestly, who speak gracefully with intelligence and know how to be feminine, and they wonder why men treat them the way they do. Because sex is such a temporal thing. Literally, the physical act of sex is temporal. God designed it to be temporal, to where you get into it, you do it, and then for men, it's literally over. Once you climax, you're done. And these women want to base their whole existence on that temporal activity. And they wonder why they can't get a man to fuck with them more than a few months, a couple of fucks. See, I got a rule. If I know a chick is just a straight up hoe, she's just a sex creature, she just doesn't want anything else, and I could read that, the most I might fuck that chick is maybe 3, 4, 5 times. And that's if she's right, or if the head is good or whatever. But around that 5th time, I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm ending the situation. And if she's just a chick that outright just on some whole shit, I'll just fuck her maybe once, maybe twice, and then it's dead. It's dead. I don't keep it going, because there's nothing about you that'll make me want to show you that I want to stick around any more than you deserve a nigga like me to stick around. Because I figure I consider myself a high quality dude. You don't deserve a dude like me to stick around. You need to feel a high quality dude come in, show you what you're about, and then leave you. So that maybe one day something will click when you realize all these high quality dudes that just fuck you. And that's why the succubi, they love to go on and try to shit on good dudes. Like, good dudes is just the same as the Pookie and Ray Rays. All they want is sex, and they just do the same thing because they're smart enough to realize that that's all you offer. So yeah, the good dude with the good job or the business, and it has a good demeanor and the dresses well and has things going for him. Yeah, he's going to treat you like a hoe too, especially if he's red pill. Because they expect the good dude to be a simp and fall for that pussy and be a sucker for it. But then when you're not, they mad and they're resentful and they're pissed. Because they were taught all their life that you're going to be the one that's going to stick around despite how fucked up she is. And when you don't, they get mad. Right? And it's like, what happened to women? What happened to women? Their energy is so off and so toxic that men are literally walking away from them, even in the sexual arena. Men don't even want to fuck women no more in the mass. Red pill men, they're walking away. MGTOW dudes don't even want to date you and try to sleep with you, because just going out for drinks or paying for a vodka and cranberry is like way too much of an effort to sleep with a chick that's promiscuous. It's not even worth it. You know what I'm saying? Me, at the point I used to be on POF and all that, it's not even worth it for me to get on an app, sign in, and create a profile to try to fuck half of these bros, man. Try to leave you a message and try to make you want to talk to me on a fucking app. Whatever app, Tinder. I don't even want to swipe left, I don't even want to do that. It ain't even worth it, because I already know what it is. Most of us have gotten pussy all our lives, since we were young boys, since we were teenagers, because we've been dealing with succubi since we were kids. We just didn't know they were succubi. That's why we was fucking them and all that shit when we was 13, 14, because they was already succubi. It's a spiritual thing. Like Ram said, it's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual perversion that's passed down from mother to daughter. So that these young girls are already trying to give blowjobs and have sex and lose their virginity at 14. These women feel like losing your virginity at 13, 14, 15, 16 is the natural way of things. You understand? At that age, she feels like, as a young girl, that she should be fucking. And at that time, it's enough blue pill simp young dudes that's going to do it. That's why it's up to us to try to red pill these young boys early, so that they don't toxify themselves or corrupt themselves or ruin their lives dealing with these young succubi. You know what I mean? All our lives. We didn't realize when we were in school and you were in high school and elementary school and you seen all these girls doing all this nasty shit, getting trains run on them, fighting, beating each other up in school. More than the dudes getting confrontations. Dudes will fight, but it was never on the level girls would fight. And we never put two and two together how violent girls were when we were in school. They would fight boys, they would fight girls, girls getting jumped, getting cut, getting sliced, all type of shit back in the day. Dudes wasn't doing that kind of shit. Dudes would go in the back, go in the playground, find a little quiet spot, shoot the 5, most times get up, shake hands, call it a day, and be cool later. Word up. You know what I'm saying? These girls would fight until the death. It would be taking teachers, everybody to pull these girls off. It's like, what happened? Their femininity was already gone then. So when we get to this age and we realize these women are sexed out, violent, cantankerous, just completely unsuitable for a man with any type of soul. You understand? That's worth its salt, has any sense. We didn't realize that was them same girls back then, that now these 34, 35-year-old single mothers with 5 or 6 kids that's still on the same shit. What happened to feminine energy? Femininity is lost to the point where I see women who act feminine and I find that attractive. And you know what the sad part about it is? Most of the time, they're women of other races, man. They're women of other races. Word. That's what black women don't understand. You have lost your femininity somewhere in this battle to be supreme over black men. God, or the Most High, said, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. Being that you women want to pursue this blindly, what I'm going to do is there's a price for it. You don't want to deal with your men. You want to go out and sleep around. You want to have these children without your men and push the men away and use men for just sperm and not want to be what I intended you to be for these men. I'm going to take away your aura. Something that you can't see, right? Something that they won't notice. Something that it's like you can't smell it, can't taste it, you know, like air or something like that. But when you take it away, it's going to take away something that you needed more than anything. And that the Most High took away their feminine energy. He took away their femininity. And they didn't think that was a big deal. You know, and then they realized that they can't attract men for real anymore because you have been cursed by the Most High taking away your femininity. Where black men can look at a white woman or Asian woman or Indian, Middle Eastern woman or African woman or Latino woman, and all he sees, even if she's attractive, is her femininity first. Because black men been so deprived of it all their life that now at a red pill age and at a grown, mature age, that's the first thing you notice. Is femininity or the lack thereof. Literally. I saw a woman, I told this in another video. I saw a girl, young woman, somewhere, I forgot where I was at, and she was wearing a hijab. She was a Muslim woman, dark skin, covered up, had her hair covered. In real talk, just her face alone was flawless. The woman was looked like art, like someone, like a face that belonged on a painting, right? She was more attractive than any of these chicks I see walking around with fake ass, fake titties, half naked, twerking, strip club chicks, thoughts. She was more attractive than all of them, 10 of them squished together. 100, 1,000 of them. Just with her face and her smile. Because I did say something. I said, hey, how you doing? And she smiled and said, hey, hi, hello. And she was beautiful. And you know what? If that woman took that hijab off and probably dropped her hair, she'd probably make all these women look like gargoyles, trolls. Because that's what they starting to look like to me now. Like my third eye can look past the fake titties and the fake ass. These women are so masculine and they have no femininity left to the point where they have to accentuate their body parts to try to make up for it, and it doesn't work. You understand? A feminine woman with a A cup, B cup, a little onion, not even no big droopy ass, is more sexy than these women who shoot their breasts up, shoot their ass up, put a bunch of makeup on. And if she's feminine and somewhat attractive, she will get a man's attention. That girl who has that regular body. You understand? Like that regular feminine energy, that Muslim girl was far more attractive than any of these chicks I see thinking that they're fly, trying to make up for something that the Most High took from them. And they can't, because they can't even conceive the idea or the notion that what was taken from you cannot be replaced by silicone. It's in your spirit. It's in your aura. You don't have it. It was taken from you. And even to the point where some of y'all physically are starting to mutate, where black women are starting to look masculine in their face. They're starting to look masculine in their shoulders and their hands and their bodies. You know, they're starting to look like beasts. Hard faces, you know? Fake hair with a hard ass face and then makeup on. And you don't even look attractive because your femininity has taken away your glow. It has taken away your womanly glow. Your womanly glow is gone. And now it's almost to the point where y'all are so far gone that you're physically starting to change. You're physically starting to mutate. All that testosterone is making y'all into men physically. Like them bodybuilder chicks that pump all that iron and they look like men, but they still have breasts and it looks disgusting. Right? It's like that. It's the same idea. I see those chicks with the fake titties and the fake butts, and I just see a big ass bodybuilder, you know, with stretched out face. Their face is all hard and manly, arms and shoulders. Their breasts are like two bee stings. They still have the nerve to put on a bikini. You know what I mean? And it grosses you out. That's how I see these chicks now. What happened to femininity? What happened to being graceful like Angela Bassett or something? You know, what happened to it? The Claire Huxtable vibe. You know, Priscilla Rashad was beautiful back in the day. She was so fine on Cosby Show, and she never was dressed nothing less than casual business professional. Literally, she never dressed anything less than that, and that never needed to. Never had to. You understand? I've never seen Priscilla Rashad in one like magazine spread or Playboy or anything that she was in a bathing suit or something where she was half dressed. Never. Not one time. And she was married to Ahmad Rashad for like 20, 30 years. I don't know if they're still together, but they've been together forever, a long time. You know what I'm saying? And these women, their beginning of their careers based on them being half naked. And they think they're gonna last long. It's crazy. It's crazy that the women you see with feminine energy, it's a rarity that they are women of color, black women. No matter how attractive they may look, how pretty their face is, it's an aura. It's an aura that especially red pill men, people with their third eye open can see. You can look at a woman, no matter how fine she looks, their feminine energy is gone. How you think certain times you ever went to a strip club back in the day and you would go to a strip club and be completely not into it? Even though there's butt naked ass, fine ass, on a physical level, women all around you, you'd be ignoring them. You wouldn't even be looking at them. I would go to strip clubs and I'd just be there chilling with my boys having drinks, and these chicks will want to dance, and I'll be like, yo, I don't even want you around me. You know what I mean? You might glance at them in the distance, like you go there for your boy's birthday or whatever, just to kick it with your homies, and the chicks will be like a bothersome. Like, you know, even though you half naked, it's like The thing that makes you most attracted to a man is gone. So you're overcompensating by being half naked. You see what I mean? They have to turn their sexuality up to compensate for the lack of feminine vibe, feminine energy, graceful energy that they do not possess. They have to turn up their raunchiness. You see what I mean? And they don't get it. It ain't about, it's like when y'all want to fuck a dude, it's like this, right? Chicks want to throw sex all day. What you gonna do when the dude just don't want to fuck? When he ain't interested in fucking. You ain't got nothing. That's exactly why when you show a woman that you ain't about just fucking, they get scared, they get intimidated, and they back off. They lose attraction. They force themselves not to lose attraction. Even if she liked you, even if she liked who you were as a dude, she thought you was cool, good looking, you was on your shit, you fucked the shit out of her, but as soon as you showed her that you required more than just sex, she forced herself not to fuck with you, to walk away, to get turned off. Because you forced her to look within herself and realize what she was truly lacking, that she was trying to deny in her mind, right? That she didn't have no feminine energy, that all she had was sex, and that you were looking for more, and she knew deep down that her feminine energy had been robbed of her from the Most High, and she did not possess it any further, any longer. And that's what I'm trying to get at. You know, I'm gonna go back and watch my show, but it's just like that chick, every time I see her, it's like, damn, she's so fucking beautiful. And it ain't cause she's fucking beautiful. It's cause she looked like a lady. She dressed like a woman. She's business casual, long dress, you know, a nice blousey type shirt with a scarf, her hair laying down to the side, nothing all extra, with the side of her hair cut off to try to rebel against her own femininity. I'm gonna cut the side of my hair off and braid the other side and get a bunch of tattoos and shit all over me to try to, you know, to try to destroy her feminine energy. I'm gonna shave my head off and get a mohawk or some dumb shit like that. You know, she wear her hair modestly, like a little pearl earrings, like nothing crazy, no big ass, stupid ass earrings hanging off trying to get attention, like just enough to look nice. And Ram says something about, you ever notice when you walk by like a woman of another race, they just smell better. You get a whiff of something that you don't get from the succubi. You get something like a whiff of, maybe it's their shampoo, or the fact that it's their real hair, and they can actually wash it every day, and it smells all good, fructis and all that, Vidal Sassoon and all that shit. It's not like a succubi. They just want to drown themselves in Bath and Body Works to fucking hide the stench. You know what I mean? They want to come over and spray that nasty ass body spray when they coming over just to come suck on something and get fucked. Like things like that. Nah, it ain't like that. It ain't that type of vibe. It's like this girl took 2 sprays of a very nice perfume and sprayed it in front of her and like walked through it instead of dousing her body in some body spray to fucking hide something. You know, just enough of a sweet smell to make you like, You know what I mean? To where you want to tell her like, man, you smell great. Like you smell delicious. You know, not just where it's so overdone that you just like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like she smells so good, it's like, oh my God. Like you'll walk by, it'd be a woman of a, whatever, Asian woman, white woman, Indian woman, even African and black, sometimes. But you would see it, and you just get a whiff of it, like, oh, it's just something about it's like an aura. It's like a pheromone, they're pheromones or some shit. Like they letting off like a feminine, I guess just like an odor, or just like a, you know, something like like the, I don't know. And you like Pepe Le Pew, like just like floating on that shit. You know what I mean? It's like just an aura that just smells like, it don't even smell like nothing. It might be perfume, It might not. It's just like an aura. You can feel it when you. It's not like you physically smell it. It's like your instincts pick up on it. Where you just like, what is that? And she'll walk by and you just be like, oh, she smells crazy. You know, and it's not even perfume. It's her. It's her. It's her aura. It's her feminine vibe. Her feminine. It's reverberating off of her, and you feel it. Your instincts, your male masculinity, just picks up on it. You know, like a dog could smell something miles away. Like you could just pick up on it. Like, oh man, what is that? Instinctively, it triggers you. Masculinity, your masculinity gets triggered by it. Like, what is that? It's femininity, bro. That's what it is. And that's what they lack. You understand? And that's what brothers need to go out find. Even if you gotta get a passport to do it. And I'm gonna do an interview with Villain Von Doom. He should be back next week from Thailand. We're gonna do a one-on-one interview, and I'm gonna have him break down everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beauty of being in Thailand, and what he always kept telling me. He would WhatsApp me while he was there, and he'd be like, man, these women are so feminine and so like ladylike, it make you not even want to come back. Real talk. He come back Monday. He only want to come back. Real shit. He's like trying to figure out how to find a way he could stay, like right now as we speak. Meeting with people and all that, networking. Like, I gotta find a way where I don't have to come back, or I can leave soon and never come back. Real shit. A lot of brothers have never experienced that. That's why you gotta do it for yourself, man. Do it for yourself. Dudes do not know what feminine women are. We grow up around all these masculine, hypersexual, hyper-masculine women who curse and drink and smoke, and fight. You know, it's not ladylike. You don't want to protect women like that. They be like, why black men don't want to protect us? Because why would I protect a woman that fights more than me? You understand? Why would I protect a woman who's the aggressor 95% of the time? Whose mouth and attitude gets her in problems? You know what I mean? Put it like this. Unless you like a professional fighter or you do MMA or whatever, the average black woman, unless you was a real problem kid, and I had a lot of fights as a kid, as younger, but it wasn't nothing crazy. But the average succubi has had more fist fights than you probably. She's had more fights where somebody got hurt, got jumped. She's been in more confrontations than you have. Real talk. Why do men need to protect women that are like banshees, that are like Tasmanian devils? Why would I protect you? What protection do you need? You strong. You could fight. You could throw the hands. You know what I mean? I've seen girls fight like men. Literally, square hands, form, you know, guarding their chin, throwing jabs and overhands like a dude. You see them taking punches and still fighting. You ever seen that? Fighting like wild animals. Take a punch and just keep going. Like a madman. I don't want no parts of that, man. I don't know about y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's just something about a woman that's a woman. That's so rare nowadays that men try to find little pieces of it wherever they can. Feminine energy, just wherever they... It's just, I don't want to see any more naked women. I don't want to see you anymore. I don't want to see you on my phone. I don't want to see you on my TV. I'm just like, go put some fucking clothes on. You know what I mean? Act like a woman. Maybe, just maybe, God will grant you the serenity of giving you your femininity back. Because that's why these women are so urgent. That's why they're so quick to have a baby. You see what I'm saying? Because they think that's womanly shit. They think just having a baby, that's how convoluted their mind state is. They think that having a baby is restoring their femininity. And it's not. It makes you even more masculine because you're not a wife. You're just a chick that got smashed and got knocked up. There's nothing feminine about that. You're not even, half of y'all not even good mothers. You know why? Because if you were a good mother, you would have found a father for your kids. You would have dealt with a man who was a husband and a father, not a jailbird who left you. You don't care about your kids. You just was so selfish that you were trying to find anything that would make someone want to categorize you as a woman besides the fact that you have breasts and a vagina. And you figured that if I walk around with my stomach out and I'm pregnant, people will think, look at this woman right here. Oh, she has the womanly glow. Oh, she's having a baby. They're trying to do anything to make themselves feel like women because their femininity has been taken from them. So they're using every biological imperative that they can to try to restore some type of womanhood, and they fail miserably every time. That's my video. Stinking Man's Templar. Don't forget to like the video if you like the truth. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Welcome. Leave your comments. All of that. Hit up the Patreon. Whatever you got to do. All that. And we're going to keep this ball rolling. This is Thinking Man's Templar. I love you, brothers, sincerely, like family. And I hope all of you have a great weekend. I hope you stay safe. I hope you stay out of small spaces with the succubi, like C Boogie would say. Or if you're making money this weekend, make your money. And if you got some money to play with, go out and treat yourself. Enjoy a good meal, whatever. Get you a fly fit. Whatever you got to do, make yourself, don't just work and not enjoy what you work for, do what you got to do. Make yourself feel good. Go out and live. Enjoy your life. It's a short time on this planet. Don't just work yourself to death, man. Don't just work yourself to death and just sit. And even if you want to sit on the couch, man, just relax, think, that's fine, man. But go out, enjoy the good weather if you got it. If it's nice out, go out and enjoy it, man. Take a run, take a walk, take a drive. Go people watch, which is good therapy. I go sit in the mall and I can sit there and just watch people. And it's entertaining just to watch the different dynamics. And then another thing I want to say, I was in the mall a couple of weeks back, or last week with my homeboy in Orange County, and it's real high-end mall. I think it's called like South Coast Mall or something like that. And like Huntington Beach or whatever, it's Costa Mesa or something. Real high-end mall. It's like all that high-end shit like Gucci and Balenciaga, like crazy ass stores that most of them you'll just walk right by. If you're a regular person, you're just gonna walk right by. And we were just like, I think he wanted to get some kicks. We went to the Foot Locker, but he was looking for gifts. And I sat down, and what I noticed, man, I only saw one couple that was black in that whole mall. I saw one dude and his wife and their kid in a stroller and wedding rings on. Literally, one. And the rest I saw was a couple of dudes with their kids, having fun with their kids on their weekend or whatever the case. Obviously, how black men we get a weekend, But it wasn't that type of crowd. All I saw was Asian men, Latino men, white men, Indian men, and their whole family in the mall. I'm talking about the grandfather, the grandmother, the son, his wife, the kids, all in the mall, like 5, 6, 7, 8 deep. Indian, all that. Black people got to get back to the sense of family. Ain't nothing gonna work until family makes sense. And right now, brother's only option is to save themselves, man. These women don't want families. They want to be single mothers. They want that. They want that. They don't want a man in the house. They don't want any man that could dictate rules. No. They want you for your sperm, and they want you to get the fuck on. That's why they choose men that don't want to be fathers and make sure they get knocked up by them. Because it ain't going to be hard to get that nigga to stand down. You know what I mean? And let her take the reins by herself so they can feminize your boy. And turn your girl into a hyper-masculine succubi just like her. But anyway, I think I went on enough. This is damn near almost an hour. I get long-winded when I'm on the road. So I hope you brothers enjoyed the video, man. Again, have a safe weekend. It's the Thinking Man's Templar. I'm always on your side. And don't forget to cover your six. I haven't said that in a while. Cover your six, gentlemen. Watch your back. Watch your front. Watch your left. Watch your right. And make sure you brothers watching each other's backs, man. This is Thinking Man's Templar. Shout out to the Manosphere. Peace.